I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. Forget about ultra MAGA. Donald Trump went ultra scab, giving a speech at a non-union shop about 50 miles away from the picket lines in Michigan. But Donald Trump's plan, in what I think was just a disastrous speech, one of the worst speeches I've ever seen, Donald Trump tried to pretend that he was in a union shop. That's what he thinks of the workers in Michigan, that he could trick them and pretend that he's in a union shop. So right here, when Donald Trump starts his speech, he acts like he's in a union shop. He's absolutely not. Here, play this clip.
In other words, your current negotiations don't mean as much as you think. I mean, I watch you out there with the pickets, but I don't think you're picketing for the right thing. But if they endorse me, your leadership, you can tell them I said it, although I have a feeling they may be watching tonight.
And then, like the grifter, snake oil salesman that he is, here Donald Trump tries to say, I'm one of you. I've been with you my whole life. I'm with you. I'm with the workers. Play this clip.
Before I stepped into the political arena 7 years ago, I spent my whole life working alongside of Americans just like you. Spent a lot of time with you. You just don't know that, but I spent a lot of time with you. And people just like you now.
And I'm sure this is what workers care about in Michigan, who Donald Trump's going to pick, being sarcastic, as his VP. And Donald Trump says, if you run against me, I'm not going to pick you as my VP. Here's what Donald Trump says. Play this clip.
Competing with the job candidates. They're all running for a job. No, they're all job candidates. They want to be in the, they'll do anything. Secretary of something. They even say VP. I don't know. Does anybody see any VP in the group? I don't think so.
Here's one of the reasons that Donald Trump says that he is not for electric vehicles, because he says electric motorboats will electrify you, will get you electrocuted. And that's his big concern about electric vehicles. Here, play this clip, and I want to show you what this reminds me of here. Play this clip.
I said, what happens if the boat has an accident and starts sinking? Do you get electrocuted if the boat sinks? The guy said, I've never thought of that, actually, but I think I gave him an idea, actually. Now, can you imagine the boat goes down and you're sitting on top of a battery? I don't feel good about that, right?
Well, okay then. What this reminded me of a lot, though, remember when Donald Trump gave the speech during COVID and said, inject bleach into your veins? We forget about this event. We shouldn't. You don't forget about it. People shouldn't forget about this. But Donald Trump saying that you'll get electrocuted from electric vehicles kind of gives me the vibes of during COVID, rather than have a comprehensive strategy that actually addresses it. He told people to inject bleach. Play this clip.
So supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting.
Get the right folks who could.
Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside, or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful.
Okay, back to the speech. Donald Trump's ultimate projection here, saying, I'm working for you. I'm not working for me. Biden's all about himself. I mean, again, everything he says is confession or projection here. I mean, the most selfish, self-centered, sociopathic, malignant narcissist is saying this. Here, play this clip.
Joe Biden only cares about enriching his own family. I care about enriching your family. That's why I did this. That's why I did it. I'm working for you, not for me. That is for sure, and I always will.
And after spending his entire career ripping off workers, attacking workers, blaming workers, destroying the lives of workers, exploiting workers, that's Trump's entire life. That's his entire record as he bankrupted each of the companies that he ran through. Here, Donald Trump says that he wants the endorsement of the United Auto Workers Union, who he was never there for. And also, watch how he says it. It's really weird. He goes, I hope they endorse me. Like, it's bizarre. Play this clip.
But we will stop him. Hopefully, your leaders at United Auto Workers will endorse Donald Trump.
Okay, well, this is the head of the United Auto Workers. This is Sean Fain. Let's see how Sean Fain feels about you. Play this clip.
Is the former president right? Does the push for electric vehicles here in the United States hurt your union?
It doesn't if it's a just transition, and that's what we're fighting for right now. It doesn't if the companies do the right thing and put this work under, our agreements or to our standards. And again, it's the companies driving this race to the bottom, and they're using our tax dollars to finance it. And, I find a pathetic irony that the former president is going to hold a rally for union members at a non-union business. And, all you have to do is look at his track record. His track record speaks for itself. In 2008, during the Great Recession, he blamed UAW members. He blamed our contracts for everything that was wrong with these companies. That's a complete lie. In 2015, when he was running for president, he talked about doing a rotation, taking all these good paying jobs in the Midwest and moving them somewhere in the South where people work for less money, and then to make people beg for their jobs back at lower wages. And the ultimate show of how much he cares about our workers was in 2019 when he was the president of the United States. Where was he then? Our workers at GM were on strike for 60 days, for 2 months. They were out there on the picket lines. I didn't see him hold a rally. I didn't see him stand up at the picket line, and I sure as hell didn't hear him comment about it.
So here's the question.
He was missing in action.
Here's the question to President. What about the meeting with Trump? Would you meet with him when he's in Detroit tomorrow?
I see no point in meeting with him because I don't think the man has any bit of care about what our workers stand for, what the working class stands for. He serves a billionaire class, and that's what's wrong with this country.
And I think the chef's kiss to the night was when President Biden ran an ad on Fox before the debate. And watch the ad by President Biden. Play the clip.
He says he stands with auto workers, but as president, Donald Trump passed tax breaks for his rich friends while automakers shuttered their plants and Michigan lost manufacturing jobs. Joe Biden said he'd stand up for workers, and he's delivering, passing laws that are increasing wages and creating good-paying jobs. Manufacturing is coming back to Michigan because Joe Biden doesn't just talk, he delivers.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Now, this is the President Biden I want to see. I want him. I want Democrats. I want the pro-democracy movement to get aggressive. I want them to call out this sociopathic, malignant, narcissistic grifter, this liar, this fake, this fraud, this incompetent phony. Call it out. Show how little and weak and pathetic Donald Trump is. I want to see more of that. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Have a great day.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.